Let's test. Is this better?
Yeah.
For most people, spa is a place providing facilities devoted especially to health, fitness, weight loss, beauty, and relaxation. However, for us race fans, Spa is arguably the best racing circuit in the F1 calendar. Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to Spa-Francorchamps. Joining you from the commentary box, I am Salim Haddad. Alongside me, Speed Quinn, welcoming you. Good evening, Speed.
Yeah, good evening, man. It's good to be back. Of course, I did unfortunately miss last week in Miami, but I'm back here, and as you said, Spa is usually associated with place you can relax. They definitely can't relax at this circuit, as it's longest circuit they will be racing at on this calendar, so got to be focused for all 1 minute 40 of the lap.
That's a very, very good point that you pointed out. Well, it could be difficult for them. As you said, it's not a place for relaxation for racing drivers, but it could be a place for relaxations for viewers and us commentators. Don't you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Races around here are always action-packed. It's always tough fights with the car and the conditions, as we've all seen last season in real life. As there was the race that wasn't really a race, but it still counted as a race. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how these people here today can, well, firstly control their cars, because it's a very unusual setup that is preferred around here. Obviously 0-0 wings to maximize top speed. You compromise yourself in the corners, but you might see some people stray away from that, and obviously they will be vulnerable to, well, the straight line speed.
And I am here on board with Chiquito. As you can see, the majority of the drivers went out. What are your weather predictions? How do you think? We know that Spa is a very unpredictable place. Oh,
yeah.
Is that rain? Are my eyes still working?
I think it is bright and sunny at the moment, so I don't think it will be rain. But there are some dark clouds around. So maybe everyone going out right at this moment, or most people going out, it might be an indication that the latter stages of this session could be wet. But just on board with Chiquito, as he is going around turn one. If you want to take us through the rest of the lap, then
sure,
get on board with it.
So Chiquito going into turn 3 on Eau Rouge and Radillon, flat out. He's gonna enable the DRS now on the Camel Straight. This is considered to be turn 6. Now heading into turn 7 on Les Combes, goes down to 5th gear. Purple sector 1 for him, obviously. heading into turn 10. Goes down to 4th gear. He did not short shift, and I think he missed the apex. Now heading into turn 11. Bruxelles. 7th gear into Pouhon.
He has unfortunately invalidated his lap as we just saw ZQ
Oh, deja vu.
DNF'd off.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. That's a drift.
Well, yeah, ZQ actually had a moment coming out of turn 1 and he actually DNF'd. So that is the second person out of qualifying. Of course, Dan007 Gamer had a qualifying ban. They had to serve for this race, so that's why he isn't taking part. And just as we're going through this qualifying session, just want to give a quick mention to GT Omega, who are the title sponsor for PSGL. Of course, they have amazing products in that are available to everyone, gaming chairs, everything. The Slow Salt puts in a 1:44 as a first lap. Robin West goes 7/10 quicker than that, but as I was saying, GT Omega, the title sponsor for PSGL for this season. And of course, in the description down below, you can use the link and then use PSGL in the checkout for any products that you want to buy from them, and you'll get a nice little discount for them, which I believe is 5% if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
Well,
if you do want to buy any GT Omega products, go into the description, use that link, PSGL in the checkout, 5% off your order.
Who doesn't like discounts? And
Yeah.
I'm taking a look at the chats. Hello to Flope XGR. Hello to NLD Thom. He's saying, I'm hoping Slinky is going to score good points today. Then we have Tom F1 League Racing saying Slinky for the win. So the Slinky fan club is back at it. Slinky seems like a popular guy in this league.
Yeah, it does. Well, yeah,
So
it's looking very, very close between Robin, Wes, and Provatox up top. Only half a tenth between the two, both of them in the 143.5s. The only two drivers to be in the 143.5s. Only 3 drivers have actually broken the 144s. Of course, we do have about 12 drivers still to, well, 10 drivers are set a lap with ZQ and Dan007 out of the session. We'll have to see if any more people can break into the 143s. Whoa, Provatox. Not sure what happened to Provatox. He was just on his in lap and he dropped it.
Well, we have RS. Speaking of Provatox, we have someone called RSA Scope saying Provatox takes pole position. That's a cursed message. That's the commentator's curse, I believe. So 10 minutes to go. It's Robin Wiesling, the Dutchman, sitting on provisional pole position with a 143.5. Well, few thousandths behind is Provatox. Then Chris Hallett, so the margin is very, very small between these two drivers. I personally have driven alongside Robin Wiesling in a league called SRL, I believe. That was back in 2020. He was very competitive, and I never knew he was that competitive. And that's an oversteer from Rara Lorat. He was on a fast lap. Now he spun. He's facing the other direction.
Yeah, I'm just on board with her 16 rod at the moment, being quite a very consistent lap. No real moments of oversteer or understeer, just very consistent, solid pace. So gonna have to see where a lap puts them. Of course, coming up to the bus stop chicane now, try and get it hooked around the first right and then the left and see what time they can put in. It will be a 143.7 into third place, so only the 4th driver in the 143s.
Yeah, that's Juan Hernandez. He had a solid race last week. However, he was unfortunate. He knocked his front wing down, and as a result, he had a lot of understeer. So Provatox at the moment is in a Ferrari sandwich, and in the top 10, so 10 drivers have set their lap times so far. Slinky, a popular name, hasn't still done any. Another popular name that seems missing today is Peter Vol. Can you see him anywhere?
No, I don't think so. No.
Again, ladies and gents, let us know in the chats where are you watching from, and we will read that for you.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Xenon as he goes for a spin, and it's his McLaren teammate behind him, Chiquito. So just gonna stick on board with Chiquito as he goes through his lap. I do think he will be the next person to set a lap time. I have to see at a Sector 2 split how far up or down he is on his time. But it's very solid through. Who on there? Let's see. Gets the apex, nice. Of course, that curve he just went over was pretty much a curve of death in the last game. Let's see. It doesn't actually say how much he is. Oh, and he's crashed Chiquito. Chiquito's crashed.
What an impact.
That is not good for him. Not good for Chiquito. I'm just gonna go on board with Wooly51, someone who hasn't set a time as of yet, but he does have a car ahead of him. He was getting a little bit of a tow from him, which I know the rules in this league, and it's not allowed to get a tow from any of the drivers. Slinky goes provisional pole position with a 43.4. It's just going to go back to Wooly. What time can he put on the board? And he goes provisional pole.
Wow.
16 thousandths of a second faster than Slinky.
That is
very solid lap there from Wooly.
Superbly competitive. Very competitive. So, a guy by the name of Sam Bursey is asking us, when are the mid-season sign-ups? Sam, you can find all of the info in the Discord.
Yep, so I'm not sure what's happened to Tim V. Whoa!
V19.
V19 has a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Tim V.
That's not good. That's not good for him.
I'm not sure where that would have been on track. Where was V19?
Well, I can tell you that V19 last week was the best of the rest. So, this 5-place grid penalty is not going to help him a lot this week.
Yeah.
And wow, it's Provatox on provisional pole position. It's a 143.2, so nearly 2/10 faster than Wooly.
It's actually over. Yeah, it's over 2/10. What is going on down this back straight? Oh, I think V19 and Rara Larat both started their laps at the same time. So obviously Rara had to back out of his lap, and he has invalidated his lap, so he's going to be going around another time.
Ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to just go on board with Wooly. I'm not sure if he's on, and if this is an out lap or if he's going into the pits. Yeah, he's going into the pits. He was understeering a little bit, so maybe he's got front wing damage.
Taking another look at the chats, Camilo is saying hopefully Slinky is going to win the race. Another fan for Slinky. And then we have Trust Mazzozo is saying Ale Zyke. So it seems that he is supporting a guy called Zyke. Allez means let's go in French.
So I was just on board with Chris Halat V2, who's gone into P3, 1,000th behind Wooly. So very competitive times being put in at the end of this session. Could we see someone get ahead of Provatox? Because that is a very, very good time from him to be 2/10 ahead of second place.
Well, with 3 minutes to go, 3.5 minutes to go, we are gonna know a way or another. Provatox sitting with a provisional pole position. It's a 143.2, nearly 2/10 behind Wooly, followed by Chris Hallett. Slinky in 4th place, a fan favorite. In 5th place, Slow Salt. In 6th, we have Robin Weasling, who seemed to be pretty fast on his lap, followed by Juan Hernandez, his Ferrari teammate. SJM 8th. In 9th place, Stelios, followed by Luno Jehe. This is it for the top 10, as Chris Hallett is going into the bus stop. He's slowing down. We have a yellow flag, sector 3.
I think he's going into
He's
the
going
pits.
back to the pits. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, I'm just on board with Monty. So he just invalidated at Buon. He hasn't set a time yet. It's one of 2 people still in a session who haven't set times.
Yeah, I was gonna
at
say
the moment.
It's weird how ZQ, Chiquito, Dan, and Tim are all of them are out.
Yeah, I think Dan 007 had a qualifying ban, so he's out because of that, and I think
Chiquito
ZQ,
crashed.
Chiquito, and Tim V all had incidents, and they've crashed out of the session.
We have another Slinky fan called Duncan Hoegendijk. That's the Dutch pronunciation, saying slink for the win. What a popular guy this Slinky is.
It's looking very close for Monty because he crossed the line with 150 left. And of course, he would have been on these tyres for 3 laps when he starts his lap if he does it. So they're gonna be quite worn, especially since the tyre wear around Belgium is quite high. Only 6 laps that a softs last in a race. Just going through the tyres, we've got soft as a C4, medium as a C3, and hard as a C2. The strategies, I'll go on to that when the qualifying session has finished. The average pit stop loss is about 18 seconds around here, so that's the kind of gap you'll be looking at, and you'll have to time your pit stop good to see if you can get out in clean air.
So Monty is very unfortunate for invalidating his lap time. Is he gonna have another one? Do you think he's gonna be able to catch up? 30 seconds left? It seems so.
He may be able to, but his tyres will not be in a good condition at all. They're just looking at... It looks like Kerr's 16 rod will be first person to cross the line, I believe, to set a lap. Or to set a time in the last minute, maybe. Just 5 seconds left of the session. Can her 16 rod improve? No. Stays 7 fastest. SJM spins out of the final corner and actually gets damage. The rear right tyre of SJM is gone. Maybe got on the power a little bit too early. Or maybe got on the power on the curb and it spun him out. So 8th is the highest SJM will be. Going on board with Robin Wes as he's coming up to the bus stop chicane. He's coming into the pits. He wasn't happy with it. So the next person, I believe, maybe... Oh, Slinky's invalidated, so no improvement. Luca
Slinky went off track.
Is purple in Sector 2, but as we know, it doesn't really mean much in this game, as it's only to the people around you. We'll just have to see how he takes the bus stop chicane. Want to take it a little bit tighter on the first one so he can open up earlier on the left, and let's see what time.
Wow!
His pole,
wow!
provisional pole position by a tenth for Luca.
Cannoli.
Of course, Provatox has invalidated his lap, so it won't be an improvement for him. Slinky is also invalidated. Slow Salt invalidated. Radius is in the pits, so that is everyone. So Luca steals pole position from Provatox at the death.
You know what they
Very
say?
nearly getting into the 43 zeros.
They say always be careful from the quiet kids at school. Luca has been the quiet kid in this session. He has been quiet for most of these 15 minutes, and he surprised everyone with a 143.1 at the dying seconds of the qualifying session. That is fantastic. Fantastic job from Luca.
Nearly 1.5 seconds. Well, just under 1.5 seconds separating first to 15th. So quite a close grid. Considering that, of course, there are 5 people further back from that. But
in
yeah.
the chats, Jens is saying Slinky is the best driver in the world. So another Slinky fan. And we have a guy by the name of Amogus saying hi. Hello, Amogus. So, ladies and gents, that's it for today's qualifying session. The German driver Luca was able to get pole position with a 143.1 in second place, exactly 1/10 behind Provatox, followed by Wooly. In fourth place, Chris Hallett, Slinky, Slow Salt, followed by Robin Wessling, Luno J. Hay, Stelios in 9th place, Ragalorat in 10th. Could you please continue?
Yeah, so we have her 16 rod in 11th, SJM, followed by Xenon, V19, Radia, ZQ, Chiquito, Dan007 Gamer, Tim V, and Monty. Something to note, V19 has a 5-place grid penalty from an incident with Tim V, so he will be starting in 19th, I believe. So someone who you said was good qualifier, and a best of the rest in the race, is going to have a lot to do starting from the back, from the last row of the grid.
Well, here's one thing. We're not going to have a formation lap because of the bug in the game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be straight away after these 14 seconds. We have someone by the name of Thod Graphics saying, "Let's go Stelios," supporting Stelios. Stelios is a Greek name.
So just going over the strategies, you have a medium to hard, which will look to pit around lap 10. You have soft to hard, which will be lap 6. And hard to medium, lap 12 if you choose to do that. So 5 red lights and we're underway. See who gets a good start. It looks like Wooly is bogged down just a little bit as Chris Hallett gets past. Slinky is down to 6th.
Oh,
Big
Luca!
changes. Chris Hallett.
Luca went off track and he lost the first position to Provatox and Chris Hallett. He lost 2 positions. And Robin Wessling.
Whoa, lost his front wing.
He's now down to last. He's gonna have a lot of understeer. You know what surprises me is V19 is running on softs. Strange strategy.
Whoa,
and
what's
Wooly.
happened? What's happened? Rara is dropping down the field. It is not good. Of course, if Let's have a look at the tyres everyone is using, and looks like the majority of people are on the hard tyres. So maybe they are looking to go for a hard soft strategy, or maybe hard mediums, just to be on the faster tyre when their fuel level is lower. So yeah, everyone really bunched together, but Chris Hallett has really pulled away from Provotox, over 1.5 seconds ahead. Everyone else is in a DRS train.
I'm currently on board with...
Looks like second, third and fourth, being Provotox, Luger and Wooly, are starting to pull away from 16 Rod, despite 16 being on a faster tyre, but that's Provotox dropping down the field. And now in 5th place, looking for a dive. He goes for a dive on Wooly, he gets it done on 16. No, he doesn't. Both of them get a better exit. Robin Wes has a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so it just goes from bad to worse for Robin Wesley.
I'm currently on board with Tim, who is 2/10 behind SJM. But here's a small reminder, we're not going to have DRS within the first 3 laps. So overtaking on the straights might be a little bit impossible unless you use the ERS.
Yeah, I think V19 had to take a gamble on a strategy with getting that 5-place grid penalty. He had to try something a bit different, starting on the softs. You'd think they might be able to get his way through the field, but everyone's just closely bunched up together that it isn't really working for him.
Well, another...
As he goes, he looks... Oh, he's there on the inside, but Chiquito stays ahead. Yeah, he was looking at a move down the inside of Puon, but didn't quite have the space or the ideal racing line to get that move done.
Well, we have 2 new members for the Slinky fan club. It's Hapati and Misha Landsbergen. They are supporting Slinky as well. Very, very popular guy, Slinky. He must be the cool kid at school. So V19 is still...
I'm just looking at the gap that Chris Hallett is pulling from Luca. It's over 3 seconds. But Chris will have to go over to the hard tyre at some point, and Luca, well, if he can keep his tyres in a good shape, he could go to the softs, or even, well, probably the mediums, but could definitely go to the softs.
I'm currently on board with Juan Hernandez in 4th place. He's going to enable the DRS. He's getting very close to Wooly. Wooly is defenseless as he has no DRS. Juan Hernandez sends it to the inside, and it's successfully executed. It's Juan Hernandez who takes the throw.
Wooly, what an exit!
Wow. Goes for the switcheroo.
Yeah, her 16 rod had a pretty bad entry to that corner, and it compromised his line going through the right-hander, and Wooly had a sensational exit and just managed to just slingshot his way past. And just looking at the gap between Wooly and Luca,
take a look at
it looks like Luca may be struggling a little bit. The gap from himself to Chris is growing a lot.
Oh, big mistake from Juan Hernandez. Provatox took the 4th place, and oh my god, that is very, very, very unlucky. Juan Hernandez had an oversteer. Slow Salt went straight into him, and now he's out of the race. So strange scenery on the 3rd lap of the race. Wow, do you think this might cause a safety car? And this might play handy in terms of strategy. No safety car. Clear. That's a surprise.
Whoa, very big moment there for Rara Larat as Robin Wesling gets past him into 18th.
I think
maybe because Robin has pit onto the hard tyres, he might actually be looking to try and go to the end. He did pit at the end of lap 1, so it might be a bit of a stretch for him. Or maybe he's going to go to the softs in the last 3 or 4 laps.
I'm currently on board with Provatox. It's a three-way battle for the 4th place. Provatox and Tim. They're going side by side. Tim round the outside.
SJM looking for a move down the inside. He has the space. Left Provatox the racing room. They're still side by side. The inside line is favourable here. So I'd expect SJM just to edge ahead. Provatox did have a little bit of a look down the inside, but SJM gets 5th place. Alfa Romeo looking very strong in 2nd and 5th here today.
And if you take a look at the Luno Jhe, well, Xenon had some mistake. He went a little bit off track, and Luno Jhe is 1/10 behind. Another mistake from Xenon. He missed his apex, and Luno Jhe will be taking. He was slowed down by Xenon, and he lost a position to the Aston Martin of Dan. Taking another quick look at the chats. So we have Jens saying, "Commentator, you should be the cool kid at school, bro." Thank you. Thank you.
Luno Jhe. Had a little bit of a look. Very lucky not to make contacts there with Dan 007, and just looking at the positions gained, it's really Tim V stealing a show, going up 14 positions after a qualifying incident with V19, starting in P18, is now in 4th. It's a great drive from him. Other people to mention: Dan 007 Gamer going up 9 positions. Chiquito gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. Also, we have V19 himself going up from 19th to 11th.
Am I saying correct? Are these droplets of rain?
Incident. That's Luca. Luca's had a mistake, and he's dropped down to P8, and he's fighting Luno Jhe. So I'm not sure what happened to Luca there, but he's had a big mistake.
I was saying, am I seeing things correctly? Did I see droplets of rain, or do I need to get my eyes checked?
I don't see anything on the chassis of the car or the halo, so maybe. But as we were talking about that, Provatox had made a move on SJM. SJM! Gone into the wall. It's the commentator's curse here. SJM drops to 12th, 13th. Will this be 14th? Yes, it will. Very unfortunate for SJM. It's just all of the mistakes are coming out now. Will SJM pit? Will he have to pit? Yes, he does. He's got front wing damage. Very unfortunate. He could go on to the hards and they will take him to the end if it doesn't rain. But just going back to a battle, we have Slinky very close to Stelios, and Chiquito very close behind Slinky as well. I think Stelios will have DRS here, just being inside. But Slinky is very close. But going a bit further up, Luca and Xenon on the back of Dan 007. Dan 007 and Tim V are having sensational races, up 15 and 12 places respectively.
Mistake from the Ferrari of Luca. He missed his apex, and yet he slowed down Xenon. So Xenon. So Luca fended Xenon into Luno Jhe, who is getting closer to him as well. So ladies and gents, 6 laps have passed. It's Chris Hallett leading the race, completing 5 laps on his mediums. 8 seconds behind Wooly.
That's crazy.
What? Anything? Did something happen?
No, just the 8-second gap.
Ah, okay.
He's got an 8-second gap in 6 laps completed now, and it's 8-second gap.
I thought you saw an incident.
No one in the top 5 is getting DRS. All of the gaps are above a second. So Luca, this could be perfect for him. As Zenon is now out of, well, he was momentarily out of the DRS of Luca. So if Luca can just close up to Dan 007, he can get closer and closer and potentially make a move.
And we are receiving a lot of friendly messages from Jens, from NLD Thom, from Misha, Mika, Landsbergen, and Duncan Hoegendijk. They are saying, we love you, commentator, we love you, we love you. Well, thank you for the love. Yeah, let's spread love and not
Luca.
diseases.
Luca has a very, very lucky to not put his car in the wall there. Just got on the curb a bit too much, trying to get his throttle down as early as possible, and his rear end just went a bit, and he nearly spun into the wall, but he kept it going. And just the gap from Wooly to Chris Hallett is just growing and growing. It's over 8.5 seconds, nearly 9 seconds now. Chris Hallett, it would have to be something huge to deny him victory here in Spa.
Oh, yellow flag.
2.
Yellow flag.
Yellow
Looks like
flag.
Ferrari. Is it a Ferrari?
I don't think it's a Ferrari.
I think it's Robin Wisting.
It looks like it's cleared.
And oh, Jens, we cannot say this on the stream, man. Come on. Yes, Mika.
Not sure what's happened to Rara, but he's left the session. I think he's having this issue in Austria, where it disconnects from the session.
And well, taking a look at Tim. Tim was able to catch up to Wooly. Tim is now 8/10 behind.
Provotox is caught up as well.
And at the same time, he's being chased by Provotox. And now they're going to receive DRS as they are heading into the Camel Straight. Tim, 6/10 behind Wooly. Is he going to be able to do anything? He's too close yet too far. Unable to do anything. And taking a look at Luno J. Luno J 1/10 behind Xenon. And Chiquito. Oh, Chiquito going off track. Chiquito playing.
Stelios. Was there contact between Stelios and Chiquito?
Yes, there was. Chiquito playing WRC instead of playing Formula 1. He went off track. And now he's being chased by Monty. And Radiaz in 12th place. So I don't know why. I feel like there might be some droplets of rain. We could have rain any moment. If you take a look at the clouds, I don't want to curse it, but I'm just saying. That's what my brain is suggesting.
Yellow flag. That's a Mercedes. Is it Luca? It is. Luca's out in the gravel. It doesn't look like there was a major incident there. But Stelios is getting very close. Just going to see if Luca's got wing damage. It doesn't look like he has, but Stelios is getting very, very close. Alongside Luca, can the move be done? Yes, it can.
Luca's not going to give up that easily. I mean, you have pole position. You're not gonna be satisfied with P14 as he goes straight to the pits. So taking a look.
Maybe he did have front wing damage, but just looking at Tim V, he is very, very close on the back of Willie. Luca actually retires. Luca retired from the session in the pit lane, so our pole sitter is no longer in the race. And as I'm saying about that, Tim V made a move on Willie to get into second place. That is 16 positions gained for Tim V, and Wooly making himself big in the wing mirrors of Tim V, but he just can't get a move done back. And actually Wooly has gone off track. He's gone across the grass, across No Name.
Wooly playing WRC. Well, yeah, I'm sure that Luca
Wooly's
is having
into rally spirits.
Luca is having a lot of bad words in German in his mind. After having pole position, now he is out of the race. He retired. Not the very best position that you want to be in. And I'm taking a look at the chats once again. The Slinky fan club are saying that does everyone like this video for this nice for the nice commentators? Yes, subbed as well. Also subbed. And so Jens is telling me you're a goat. Thank you, guys. I highly recommend you to check our Twitter accounts. For me, Salim, and Speed Quinn, it's in the description. You can follow us. We will follow back. And that way you can get to meet us and probably chat with us if you want to ask us questions. As
Tim Fahey is the first of the pit stoppers, and that's a Haas. Not sure what happened there with Radius. But it's going slow, and Tim V is out on the hard tyres, so he's looking to go to the end. And he comes out just behind Radius. So looking at the gap
to
the leaders, you lose about 18. Yeah, you lose about 18 seconds around here. So as it stands, once everyone else has pitted, he'll be in a net P4, I believe. And yeah, as you were saying, Zenon actually got a move done on Wooly. So Wooly's actually really struggling on these hard tyres. Maybe he's got some wing damage or some other damage that we aren't aware of.
Well, a couple of minutes ago, we saw a driver who went, well, I think it's V19. He went for 5 laps on the softs, and then he went to the pits for the set of hards that he's driving on. So it seems that 5 to 6 laps might be the extreme for the softs. And as I'm saying this, Rediez gets a 5-second time penalty. So it's Chris Hallett. After 10 laps, Chris Hallett leading the race. And the leader of the race is going to the pits. What kind of strategy is he going to play? Because the things that he's going to do...
I have a feeling he will be going to the hards. This is around the lap that you want to be pitting onto the hards. We'll just have to see what tyres he's got selected. Yep, it's the hard tyres.
And Dan takes the provisional first place.
So yeah, Provatox pitting behind. Then you have Monty in the pits, Zenon in the pits. Chiquito's gone for another lap. So yeah, Dan 007 is in the race lead at the moment. But Chris Hallett, he is not far behind. He's within DRS distance of Slinky. The gap that he had, the lead that he had from Provatox was so large that he hasn't really fallen off from the top 4.
Well, a very popular driver. He hasn't been having a lot of lights shining on him today. It's Slinky. He's currently 4th, 4/10 behind Wooly. Well, Slinky got the race win last week. He will be looking to bag more points this week.
Tim V, out of nowhere, gets a double move on Radius and AQ. Goes from 9th to 7th in one corner. Excellent move there for Tim V. Now he's got to make up 9 seconds on Chiquito, of course. Looking at all of the stops at the moment, none of the top 4 have pitted. Chiquito hasn't. Radius and ZQ haven't, and Stelios hasn't. Everyone else has at least made 1 stop. I do believe the only people who haven't are going to be the hard runners.
Take a look at Provatox. Provatox going side by side with ZQ. Provatox successfully takes the 9th place. And these drivers are pitting.
Luna J and Dan 007.
Oh, the Haas of Radius spinning on the last turn on the main straight and losing so many positions. He's now down to 12th place. Very, very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, that happened on the last lap. He was going to slow down the pit straight, and I think he just might be getting a little bit too eager.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that in front of the main stand. I mean, imagine your family watching you, your girlfriend probably. You want to look like a hero, not like a clown and spinning and making a joke from yourself. So that's what happened to Rediaz.
So Dan 007 and Tim V swapping positions, as Dan 007 is up 12 positions, as well as Chiquito and Tim V, but Chiquito needs to pit again, as Chiquito runs very, very wide. Wooly, I believe, gets his first 3-second time penalty. Just looking at the penalties at the moment, we have Wooly on 3 seconds, ZQ on 3 seconds, Stelios also 3 seconds, Radius 3 seconds, Her 16 Rod and Raul Larat on 3 seconds. Then we have Chiquito on 6, and Robin Wesling has a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So unless Robin comes into the pits again and gets that taken off, it will be added on to his race time at the end. Wooly decides to come into the pits.
Currently on board with Xenon.
Stinky follows. Chiquito is actually staying out.
Xenon just made a move on Stelios on turn 18 near Blanchimont. Oh! And that's ZQ going to the pits as well. So it seems Chris Hallett is back at it. Chris Hallett is leading the race once again. And I'm taking another look at the chat. Wow, they're saying, commentators, we love you. Name is WNL League Racing. It's Dutch commentated. Can you sub? Okay, I will sub. And someone is saying that Slinky doesn't like this track. Well, we all have favorite tracks and least favorite tracks. And this can affect our pace big time. I can tell, for instance, that Suzuka is not a favorite track for everyone. So 13 laps have passed. It's Chris Hallett leading the race. 4 seconds behind Chiquito, followed by Dan of the Aston Martin.
Ooh. I was just on board with Wooly there. He had a very, very worrying exit. He's just losing time. He's just dropping back so much. After an excellent quali for Wooly, he's just looks like his race pace just isn't there around Spa. And looking at, well, the gap once Chiquito hits in, Dan is going to be over 9 seconds behind Chris. So, yeah, touch wood. Hopefully this is Chris getting a win as he gets the fastest lap of 1:46.9. Yellow flags, that is a Ferrari. It is Robin, but Dan actually goes quicker. As soon as that Chiquito comes into the pits. So Provatox right on the back of Tim V here. He's about 3 tenths. So maybe looking to get a move done. Tim V, of course, on the hards. Provatox on the mediums, on less fuel. So this should be an easy move for Provatox. Goes for the inside line, makes it look easy on Tim V. Gets ahead with a lot of space to work with. Provatox back on the podium. As Wooly actually makes a move on Stelios, and Luna Jehe actually gets through as well. And so does Slinky, so Stelios, really bad corner for him as he loses 3 positions in the space of 2 corners. Robin
yellow flag
goes
sector
into
3.
the pits. Yeah, Robin went into the pits and he has retired from the session.
Uh-oh, this might push a safety car.
It might not be because he retired in the pit lane, so...
Yeah, but sometimes it gives a safety car anyway. That's a bug with the game.
Yeah, that is still...
Yep, he's still running.
Yeah, Tim V has definitely dropped back from Provatox. As the gap is actually closing from Dan 007 to Chris Hallett. It was 9 seconds when Chiquito pitted in. It's now nearly 8 seconds.
Well, you can definitely say that Chris Hallett is on another level from these drivers. He doesn't have a driver by the name of Peter Vol to try to fight for the first place with him. So he's on his own, driving with a set of hards, yet gaining and carrying on. So kudos and cookies to Chris Hallett. In second place, Dan. There are some missing names from today. There's Rara Lerat. He is down in 17th place. There's V19. He's down in 10th. Slinky is 8th. So I'm a bit surprised. And Slinky just made a move on Luno Jhe and took the 7th place. So nicely done, Slinky. Slinky with a purple sector 1. Might be the fastest man on the track at the moment.
Yeah, just looking at Luna Jhe, there's only 2 people that are within DRS of anyone around, and that's Luna Jhe on Slinky and V19 on Chiquito. So everyone is fairly spread out, and there's not really much action going on. Let's just say that V19 is now out of DRS, so it's only Luna Jhe, and now they've DRS. So, no real DRS for anyone apart from, from no one.
Slinky is now under the 1 second range with Wooly, so it looks like Slinky might be the one who's going to receive the DRS award. As he's heading now into the bus chicane. Slinky with DRS on, 8/10 separating him from Wooly. Slinky with the fastest lap, a 1:45.5. That's a very low 5, very close to the 6. Now going down.
Oh.
Anything happen?
Luna Jhe on the exit of turn 1 just got on the power a little bit too early on the curb and had a little bit of a moment, but had it under control, and her 16 rod gets another 3-second time penalty to move them up to 6 seconds.
And Chiquito successfully overtakes Stelios on the Camel Straight.
Oh, misses the apex there a lot, Chiquito. And Stelios is now right on the gearbox, but doesn't take advantage of it. Tim V gets a 3-second time penalty on the hard tyres. That is very, very unlucky. But looking at the gaps behind, it looks like Tim V will stay in 4th if it stays like this.
So, yes, Duncan, it's me, Stromla 1, if you're asking. 16 laps have passed. We are nearing the end of this race. Chris Hallett leading the race, but it seems that Dan is gaining some time. So the gap was 9 seconds separating them. Now it's down to 6.1 seconds, and it's still going down. So that's a proof that the mediums are faster than the hards. But for how long is Dan going to be able to carry on? And for how long is Chris going to be able to push till the end? That's the $1 million question. As Wooly,
yeah, I think it's going to be really difficult, because I think by the end of the race, I think the mediums will eventually start to wear down a little bit and just like start to be a little bit harder to drive. But the hards, by the end of this race, they'll be on like peak performance. So I think Chris has judged this race quite well. Speaking of this race, it's sponsored by Grid Rival, which is a Formula 1 fantasy league game. And it's just, you pick your drivers, you pick your team, and you go from there. So it's just a very new contract system and a detailed performance data and lots of engaging social features. So yeah, it's advertised in the PSGL Discord server. So you can head over to the channel that says Grid Rival. There will be a link in there to join the league. And yeah, we'll hope to see you over on Grid Rival soon.
as Wooly is only 3/10 behind Xenon. They are running on identical tires. Heading now into the bus chicane. Turn 19 and 20.
Whoa.
Seems that Xenon had the better exit. Now he's pulling away. Using DRS, Wooly getting very close to him. Close, but no banana. It's not enough. 4/10. And now we're gonna see what is gonna happen on the Camel Straight as they head into Eau Rouge. Currently on board, still on board with Wooly. 4/10 separating them. Wooly is gonna enable the DRS. Is he gonna enable the DRS? No, it's very low. He's getting closer and closer to him. Is it gonna be enough? It's not gonna be enough. This This could have been
very
a dive
late
bomb.
on the brakes there.
This
Very
could
late
have
on
been
the
a dive bomb. Could.
Just having a little bit of a weave to make himself known in Xenon's wing mirrors. But yeah, he's getting very close to Xenon there. And Slinky is just following right behind him, just stalking both of them, waiting for a mistake if it's going to happen and then pounce on it. But Wooly is still following very, very close to the back of Xenon. And it's going to be very tight to see what happens here. I'd say that Xenon had a little bit of a better exit there out of the second of the two right-handers. And the gap is actually falling a little bit. Another late braking move. No, Wooly thinks more sensibly of it. Goes for a late apex on the last corner. Tried to carry his speed through, but it doesn't work for him. Xenon has an incredible exit. And another late braking move from Wooly, and he just about misses the rear end of Xenon. And now this opens the door for Slinky to try and close up and potentially make a move on Wooly. But I just don't think it will be close enough.
And now on board with Slinky, from his onboard camera, from his visor, we can see the fight between Wooly and Xenon. It's not gonna go. It's not that lap.
He does miss the apex there. Wooly missed the apex.
So 4 laps to go. The leader, Chris Hallett. Well, the factor that is gonna be key to who's gonna win this race is Dan gonna be able to catch up to close in the 4.2 second gap within 4 laps? Do you think he's gonna be able to do that? I mean, 7 lap olds mediums versus 8 lap old hards.
It does look like he's pretty much been able to close up near enough a second a lap. So with 3 laps left, as Chris crosses the line, crisscross. If Chris, yeah, with 4 seconds the gap as Chris crosses the line, it might be doable for Dan if he can keep these lap times up and if he can keep on gaining about a second a lap. But as the great late Murray Walker once said, it's one thing to catch, it's another thing to pass. So we'll have to see how if Dan can firstly catch up and secondly make an overtake.
We are now on lap 20, still on board with Slinky, and we have a yellow flag. Oh, it's Radius out of the race.
Whoa! And his teammate, well, his esports teammate, ZQ.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have a nice chat back at the factory about that one, and it's gonna be spicy, just like Indian food.
So the gap's nearly 3 seconds now. It looks like Chris is actually really struggling on these hard tyres. And SJM is on the softs, but he has picked up a 3-second time penalty.
And if you compare Chris and Dan, Seems that Dan is being smarter on the ERS usage. Dan still has a higher ERS percentage compared to Chris Hallett. Now the gap is down to 2.7 seconds. So
it could definitely be doable. Dan could win this. It could be the last lap. If he can get it close to a second going into the last lap, it could definitely be doable. Ideally, he wants it to be in the DRS zone just as I start it, or in the DRS range just as I start the last lap.
So, still on board with Slinky, and this three-way battle is still on, and the fight is still on. It's the battle for the 5th place between Xenon, Wooly, and Slinky, heading once again into Eau Rouge for the 21st time. And now, going into the Camel Straight, enabling DRS. Slinky is very close to Wooly, 3/10 separating them. Slinky getting very close to Wooly, it's not gonna be enough. And this train still carries on for another lap. And taking a look at the gap between Chris and Dan, it's now down to 2 seconds. So only 2 seconds separating them. Dan is flying compared to Chris. Chris very low on ERS. Dan slightly higher, and now it's less than 2 seconds. It has broken the 2-second margin. It's now 1.9 seconds. It can still go anywhere, ladies and gents, as Juan Hernandez gets a 3-second time penalty. Juan Hernandez very unlucky today. He is one of the elites.
So yeah, I just don't... Maybe if there was an extra lap on top of this, Dan might be able to like catch up and get a move. As you see, SJM has spun just in sector 2 there. Of course, it's very unusual to go through a Spa race without any virtual safety car or safety cars. We haven't had a single safety car in this race, which is very surprising considering
you're right.
You have multiple people who usually crash out on radio.
Well, we have seen a lot of crashes. We saw what happened when a driver had an oversteer, and I think Juan Hernandez, and Slow Salt hit him. It didn't cause any safety cars, so we have seen some incidents. I don't know why the game is being very tolerant, or the stewards are being very tolerant today, not to push any safety cars. So yeah, and I want to thank NLD Tom for his compliments. Same thing for Duncan Hoegendijk.
Maybe they're just having nightmares of what happened before last year in real life.
What happened
they
last
don't
year?
want any safety cars at all.
Yeah. I really feel bad for the people who paid tickets for the 2021 Belgian Grand Prix. Yeah. I know someone who did that. He's a Belgian guy, and when he asked for a refund, they gave him F1 TV Pro subscription for a year, and that was it.
I thought they were giving him tickets for the next race.
I'm not sure if they did. I should ask him. So, ladies and gents, that is Chris Hallett crossing the final corner, and it's Chris Hallett who wins in Belgium.
Oh, I think another lap there and Dan would have got the win as he crossed the line only 1.1 seconds behind Chris. So if there was another lap, Dan could have definitely got the win there. The Slinky jumps over Xenon for P5, Luna Jahan Chiquito. V19.
Very close.
Let's see.
Luna Jahan very close.
P9. Wooly crosses the line for P10. We'll just have to see if Monty can actually get P10 off him. No. Only 3 seconds. What's his penalty? Stelios for P12. ZQ coming around the bus stop chicane. That will be P13. But also a 5-second penalty for an unserved penalty. Whoa, her 16 rod cuts across the last part of the bus stop, finishes in P14. SJM, what looked so promising at the start of the race, had damage. That is it.
One of the viewers is saying that he was at that Grand Prix, at the 2021 Belgian Grand Prix, and he got F1 TV access, not even Pro. Wow.
Oh.
Refund! So, ladies and gents, champagne showers on the Spa podium. As we are still embracing the loading screen. Nice loading screen. It's what's his name again? What is the name of the winner?
Oh, Chris Hallett.
Chris Hallett is showing us that he bought the podium pass with his celebrations and champagne showers at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. So congratulations to Chris Hallett, ladies and gents. This is it for the Belgian Grand Prix. Again, these results are not final. The stewards might have another say about this. So it's Chris Hallett who wins in Spa-Francorchamps. From second to fifth, we have Dutch drivers. It's Dan, Provatox, Tim, Slinky. In sixth place, Xenon. Seventh place, Luno Jayhey, very, very close to Xenon at the end. Chiquito 8th, V19 in 9th place, followed by Wooly, who was very unfortunate. Could you please continue the list?
Yeah, we've got Monty in 11th, Stelios in 12th, ZQ 14th, ZQ 13th, SJM 14th, her 16 rod 15th, Rawa Larat 16th, then Radius, Robin West, Luca, and Slow Soul all DNF'd from the race.
Well, this is goodbye now, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for your compliments, for your time. I would like to wish you a wonderful week since today is Monday. Thank you so much. Say something nice to the people.
Yeah, thanks for all the comments, and thanks for showing your support for us. We do enjoy taking our time out of our day in the evening for this, and yeah, we'll see you next week in Mexico.
Goodbye, ladies and gents.